Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for September of 2021. We are the astrologers of Pandora Astrology. I'm Jamie Kale Miller, and right now I'm in Reading, Pennsylvania.
And I'm Julia Mijas in Pioneer, California.
Ooh. And an emphasis in your 9th and 10th houses this month suggests that you might be ready to do some reorganization in the realm of your career or business. And if you want a mission orders reading to support that process, you'll find a link for that in the YouTube description below. Well, Capricorn, we've got some great stuff for you about Venus and Mars and Mercury, and Julia's going to kick that off. What's the word, Julia?
Well, Jamie, and hello there, Capricorn. I'll start with Venus. That's everyone's planet because she rules love, beauty, and relationships. And she's going to start the month in your 10th house. And like Jamie was mentioning, the 10th house is pretty active for you. So that's the house of your career. That is the house of any life passions or life missions you have. Like, let's say you enjoy volunteering in your free time. That would still be the 10th house. And it's also the house of your public reputation. So when Venus comes into the 10th house for the first third of the month, Venus is adding a little bit of luck and a little bit of harmony to your career. So this is a wonderful transit for getting along well with the people you work with, whether that's clients, coworkers, bosses, just the people in your work life. And it's also a wonderful time if you do anything public, if you do public speaking, if you, if you have a social media account and like to broadcast yourself publicly, Venus is adding a little boost to that. And then on September 10th, she moves into your 11th house. This is the house of long-term goals, as well as all the social networks in your life. So any groups that you're a part of, as well as your friends too. So after September 10th, with Venus in this house, it's going to be a very social period for you where you're going to want to just really connect with people. If you're single, it's a wonderful time for online dating because the 11th house rules networks of all kind. And if you are in a relationship, then you're going to want to enjoy your partner in a group context and, invite them out with your friends. Then Mars, the planet of action and activity, starts the month in your 9th house. This is the house of the higher mind. It represents expansive experiences, learning new things, traveling, and adventure too. So when Mars is in this house, it means that you're going to feel really, really driven to just kind of get out there, explore, maybe travel, maybe do new things, which is wonderful. But at the same time, it could be very frustrating if you have to stay home, go to work, do, non-expansive things in your life and responsibilities. So it can be kind of a stir-crazy time. If you're in school, then sometimes this can be a time where you might have flare-ups with teachers or maybe frustrations with learning as well. But then on September 14th, Mars is going to move into your 10th house. And when Mars moves into this house, Venus has already left it. So it can be a little bit more of a spicier time in your career because where Venus was helping you get along with people, Mars can sometimes bring a little bit more conflicts, a little bit more frustration. And in the 10th house, this can represent authority figures like your boss or your parents, even teachers if you're still in school. And then Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be in your 10th house all month as well. However, later on in the month, on September 26th, it is going to go retrograde. So with Mercury in the 10th, wherever we have Mercury is where we spend a lot of our mental energy, where we're thinking, where we're strategizing. So in the 10th house, your mind is very occupied with your career, either your current career now. If you're looking for a new career, this can be a great time for working on your resume because Mercury rules writing, but it will be going retrograde later in the month. So then at that point, you can expect some miscommunications, technical snafus affecting you at the workplace.
Well, I've got a couple of moons to tell you about, beginning early in the month with a new moon in Virgo falling in your 9th house. And right here it is, the sun and moon together right there in your 9th house. New moons signify new beginnings, and we like to name moons. This one we're calling being weird your own way, but also relatable. And the reason that we're calling it that is because weirdo Uranus forms a harmonious trine to this moon. And when Uranus forms a trine, it's like you're ready to be individualistic. You're ready to cut your own path, but you don't feel like you have to shove it down other people's throats. So there's that wonderful feel of individualization and also freedom as well. So the new moon is falling in the ninth house, which is that house of growth and expansion, also travel and all things exotic. It can pertain to legal situations like lawsuits, and it can also pertain to higher education. A new moon signifies beginnings, starting over, making a fresh start. And in this case, with this moon being in Virgo, doing it in the correct way, doing it in ways that are meticulous, detail-oriented, of high integrity. So if you've been engaged in a legal battle, this could be a time when you make a fresh start and clean some aspects of it up so that you can proceed in a better way. And I think that this moon is really well supported by and dovetails well with that Mercury retrograde that Julia was talking about happening in your 10th house of career. So anything that you're trying to clean up in your career via that Mercury retrograde, this moon supports those activities. The next thing I want to tell you about is the full moon happening in Pisces on September 20th. And that moon in Pisces is falling in the third house, opposite the sun in the ninth. This is an axis of intelligence. This is an axis of the mind. The third house pertains to information, facts, and data, whereas the ninth house pertains to the big picture, associations between thoughts, and the assumptions behind the gathering of data. So this is an interesting moon. We're calling it penetrative intuition. And this moon features harmony with Pluto, which is placed right here in the first house. Now, I want to say that Pluto has been traveling along through Capricorn, which is your first house, for quite a few years, and he's not done yet. He is transforming the Capricorns of the world, mostly by bringing up to the surface the power hunger and washing away the corruption by an eruption of corruption. In other words, when it's up where you can see it, that's when you can purge it. So the Capricorns of the world have been doing a lot of soul searching for more than a decade. And so this is the Pluto that's involved with this moon. And it might even feel personal for you. But the really good news about this moon is that Pluto's harmony with the moon and with the sun is helping to resolve the sun-moon opposition that is a characteristic of every full moon. So while you might feel pulled in the direction of feeling compassion and sensitivity and empathy via the moon in Pisces, and while you might also be pulled in the direction of, Sun and Virgo style meticulous detail and being sort of like judgy and discriminating or discerning, this Pluto is helping to resolve those dilemmas. And really what we've been saying about it is that this moon is a really good time for secrets to come out gently. And if you want to know more about that, check our video about it in the September 2021 news playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, which will tell you a lot more about how to handle this moon and get really great use out of it, especially if you've been holding on to a secret that's kind of poisoning you from the inside. All right, last thing I want to tell you about is a seasonal change. The beginning of this month, of course, is Virgo, right? The season of Virgo, the harvest, the beginning of the harvest season, separating the wheat from the chaff, harvesting the grains. We then move into the Libra season right here on September 22nd and into the 23rd. The sun moves into Libra, which is an air season. It's a cool season that is characterized by beauty and also intelligence, being air. And so as Libra season begins, the sun moves into your 10th house of career, which Julie has been saying quite a bit about, and really brings the spotlight of your attention to your career arena, your goals, your ambitions, the things that you are driving yourself toward, and your willingness and determination to work to achieve them. So expect to put a lot of attention on those things during Libra season. Well, that's what we have for you today, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. You will always find our horoscopes on our website, pandoraastrology.com. If you look in the navigation bar at the top of the page, you will find your way there. And also on our website, you will find the monthly forecast, which shows you our news videos for the month. And on our website, you can get a reading or take a class. And until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye-bye.
Bye.